Cardigan.
Yes, Cardigan Jones. Cardigan Jones. Now, Cardigan is his name, just like my name is Dr. Priscilla, your name is Ryan.
Okay.
His name is
Yeah.
Cardigan.
He's Cardigan Jones.
Cardigan.
Cardigan Jones.
Mm-hmm. Now, Ryan, do you know what a surname is?
No.
A surname is your last name. It's the last name of your father.
Okay.
In real life, my dad's name is, his surname is Jones. My dad's last name is Jones. And my surname is Jones. When I married, my name changed, but my last name is Jones. What is your surname?
My surname is, my dad's surname is Islam.
Islam. And so,
Atarul Islam.
okay, so that would be your surname as well. So today we're going to learn about Cardigan Jones. This word here is trial. Do you know the meaning of the word trial?
Yes, a test.
Yeah.
Type of.
It could be a test, but in this case, this is where someone is going to go to court, and this man here is a judge.
Okay.
In this court, the judge is going to listen at the trial of
Cardigan Jones.
Of Cardigan Jones. When people go to court in your country, why do people go to court? Why do people go to court?
I never went to court, so I don't know.
So let me.
I've never been into
this. That's good that you've never had to go to court and that you've never been arrested. Cardigan Jones is in court because someone wants to know, did he do something that is bad? So let's find out if he did something bad. All right?
Okay.
So now we will start. This is Cardigan Jones here. This person here is Cardigan Jones. So we have to remember who Cardigan Jones is. This is Cardigan Jones. And we'll remember Cardigan Jones because he's got two horns or something above his head. Those are what we call moose ears, I suppose. All right? Moose ears. Now let's read a little bit about Cardigan Jones and then we'll talk about the picture. So let me know. Is this big enough for you to read? Can you read it?
Yes.
Okay. Could you read for me?
Okay. Cardigan walked by Mrs. Brown's house just as she was putting a fresh baked apple pie in her window. Cardigan loved pies. He walked over and smelled the pie. A neighbor next door saw him, and a milkman driving by saw him too. Cardigan was new in town, and they weren't sure what he was up to.
So Cardigan is new to this town. What does that mean when we say that Cardigan is new to this town?
Cardigan is new to this place.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he has a lot of friends right now?
Maybe. We haven't read the rest of the story.
This is true, but what do you think? Do you think he has a lot of friends if he's new to the town?
Maybe.
Why do you think he might have friends, a lot of friends there?
Because he spent a lot of time in this old town. That means he must be getting friends.
Okay, but that's his old town. But now he's in a new town where he's never been before. He's never met anyone. And this is his first day in the town. Do you think he has a lot of friends in this town?
Maybe one or two. We'll see in the story.
Okay, but let's, before we find out, let me ask you to think about it. If you were to come to visit me in the U.S., and this is the very first day Would you have any friends in the U.S. other than me? In my state?
I think.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't have any friends because you don't know anyone but me. So you would have one friend, which would be me.
Yes.
So Cardigan doesn't have any friends yet because he doesn't know anyone.
Yes.
He doesn't know anyone. And he's going by someone's home. Whose home is he passing by?
Mrs. Brown's house.
And what can we say he's doing at Mrs. Brown's house in the second picture? What is he doing?
He was smelling his apple pie.
Does the apple pie belong to him?
No.
So it's not his apple pie.
Yeah.
So what is he doing?
He's smelling the pie.
Yes.
And he wants to eat the pie. Like eat the pie. He's wanting to eat the pie.
He's smelling the pie. Let's find out what goes on next.
Okay.
Okay. In this picture, we see, who do you think that is at the window? Who do you think that is?
Mrs. Brown.
And is she looking very happy?
No, she's calling the police.
Wow.
Because her apple pie is stolen.
Her apple pie is stolen? Okay. And let's find out what actually happens. Could you read for me?
Okay, just scroll down a bit.
Okay.
Thanks. A moment later, Mrs. Brown came back to the window and the pie was gone. She was so upset. She called the police. She told them that she'd seen a moose just a few minutes before, so they drove around the block and stopped Cardigan. Noticing that he had pie crust on his shirt, they arrested him, even though he insisted he hadn't stolen the pie. A judge and the jury was chosen to decide if he stole the pie or not. The neighbor and the milkman were called the witnesses.
Okay, so now we look down on page 54. It says analyze the text. Do you know what the word analyze means?
No.
Analyze the text means to think about what you've read, and we're going to come up with a conclusion. Do you know what the word conclusion means?
Yes.
What does the word conclusion mean?
It means figure out.
That's correct.
Figure out.
Conclusion means to figure out. So we're going to analyze the text. We're going to think about what did we just read. Okay?
Okay.
So
why did Mrs. Brown... Okay, let's see.
Continue.
Okay, why did Mrs. Brown call the police and mention seeing a moose?
Okay.
Because Mrs. Brown saw a moose. Mrs. Brown thought the moose stolen the pie.
Okay. Mrs. Brown thought the moose had stolen the pie.
Had stolen the pie.
And why did she think the moose had stolen the pie?
Because she saw the moose a few minutes before.
And where was he when she saw him?
He was at the window putting the pie.
He was doing what to the pie?
Putting the pie. Was he
touching the pie or was he smelling the pie?
Touching the pie.
Are you sure he was touching the pie or was he smelling the pie?
Are you talking about?
Let's go back up.
Cardigan. Are you talking about Cardigan?
Yeah, Cardigan. Cardigan was only smelling the pie. He didn't touch it. He's
Okay,
only
smelling the
smelling
pie.
it.
I thought it was Mrs. Brown you were talking about.
Oh, no, no. No, not Mrs. Brown. Mrs.
Smelling.
Brown did put the pie in the window.
And Cardigan stole it.
Now, what is this? What's going on here?
The police is arresting Cardigan.
Why? Why is the police arresting Cardigan?
Because Mr. Brown told the police a moose stole his pie. Her
Okay.
pie.
Mrs. Brown told the police that the moose stole the pie.
Yeah.
Did she say that the moose stole the pie or that she saw the moose?
Stole the pie.
Let's see.
Saw the moose a few minutes ago. So.
Yeah, so she didn't say he stole it. She just said that she saw the moose.
Yeah.
She said she saw the moose. And since she didn't know the moose, maybe he may have stolen her pie. Very good. Let's go on. And now Cardigan Jones is in court. And Mrs. Brown is in court too with the judge. We've got the judge that's here.
Okay.
Mrs. Brown is here. And Cardigan Jones is here. And this is the jury. So now he is in court and he's on trial. The judge is going to listen to Mrs. Brown tell what she saw. Cardigan is going to tell what he did. And the jury is going to listen. Okay?
And the judge will decide.
And the judge will decide. Let's read what he says. Cardigan's trial.
Cardigan's trial started the next day. Mrs. Brown took the stand first. Is there anyone in this courtroom that you saw the day the pie disappeared? The judge asked her. Yes, he said. That moose over there. She pointed to Cardigan. There was a murmur from the crowd. He did it. He's guilty, someone said.
Okay. So now we know that the trial is where Cardigan is being asked questions, Mrs. Brown is being asked questions, and the judge is listening. When Mrs. Brown took the stand, that means she went up there to sit down. This is the stand. Okay?
Okay.
Where did Mrs. Brown go?
To the stand.
She went to the stand. And here she's pointing. Mrs. Brown is pointing at whom? Who is she pointing to?
At Cardigan.
Yes, she's pointing at Cardigan. Then there was a murmur. A murmur is like, I think he did it. Yes, I think he did it. So a murmur is like a whisper. I think he did it. So what is a murmur?
A whisperer from the crowd.
Okay, but a murmur, a murmur is a whisper. It's something quiet. Okay. And then they said, he's guilty. When we say someone is guilty, that means that they did it. They did this thing that is bad. What does the word guilty mean?
Guilty means he did something bad. Means something bad.
So they think he is guilty of what? What do they think Cardigan Jones is guilty of?
Cardigan Jones is guilty of stealing the pie of Mrs. Brown.
That's what they think. Let's find out more.
Okay.
Okay. Now there are more people in the court. Is this Mrs. Brown still on the stand?
No.
Let's find out who's on the stand. Let's find out who's on the stand. Can you read for me?
Okay. We don't know that yet, said the judge. The rabbit then took the stand. Did you see anyone near the pie? The judge asked the rabbit. Sure did, said the rabbit. That that moose right there, he stole it. No, I didn't, shouted Guardian. I didn't steal it, I promise. Order, shouted the judge. Cardigan turned and all his antlers bumped into the statue and sent it crashing to the floor.
Hmm. So do they really know that Mr. Cardigan or Cardigan Jones stole the pie? Do we know that he really did steal the pie?
Yes, because he has rage.
He has rage.
Rage.
But this is Cardigan. But what did Cardigan
Rage.
say? But what did he say? What did Cardigan say?
He shouted, I didn't steal it.
And what about this word, I promise? When you use the word promise, do you think that this means that I'm telling the truth?
Yeah, but he's lying.
You think he's lying? All right.
Yeah.
Well, what did
Because
the
he
judge,
actually stole the
what did the
because he
judge,
actually
what did the judge say? What did the judge
we
say?
don't know that yet.
So
We
do
don't know
we,
that yet.
do we know for a fact that he actually stole it? Do we know that he stole it? Do we,
Yeah, but we know, but the the judge and the jury don't know. The judge
okay.
doesn't know.
Well, I don't know yet. I don't know that he stole it. How do you know, Ryan, that he stole it? How do you know?
Because it said in the story that he stole it.
No, it said that he smelled the pie. It didn't say that he
Smelled
stole
the
it.
I I know, but when Mrs. Brown came back, it wasn't there.
Okay, but
And
mhm.
Mr. Cardigan was smelling the pie. That means he stole it.
Are you sure? Just because I'm smelling something doesn't mean that I stole it. It just means that
But smelling it, but it disappeared after Mrs. Brown came.
but she didn't see Mr. Cardigan take it down. She didn't see that. She only saw that he was there at the window. She didn't see him take
Yeah.
it. So we don't know yet whether he stole it or not.
Yeah.
Who is on the stand now? Who is on the stand now? Who is this?
A rabbit.
The rabbit is on the stand now.
Yeah.
And what is the rabbit doing? Is the rabbit telling what he saw?
Yeah.
What is the rabbit doing?
He's on the stand telling what he saw.
And what did he see? Did he see someone steal it?
Yes. He
Are
saw
you
Mr. Cardigan Jones steal it.
did he see someone steal it or he saw him at the window?
Saw him at the window.
Okay, so he didn't see him steal it. He just saw him at the window. And remember, what did Cardigan Jones say? What did Cardigan Jones say?
He said he didn't steal it.
He said he didn't steal it. So now we're analyzing the text. We're analyzing what we've read. So at this point, we don't know what happened to that pie, but we're going to find out.
Okay.
Is the rabbit still on the stand?
No.
Who's on the stand now?
The police officer.
Look at his horns. You think this is a police officer?
Yes, because he has a police officer cap and the badge.
But look at his ears.
Yeah.
Does he have police ears? Maybe he's a cow.
Yeah.
So what is he?
Cow.
He's the milkman. He's the cow. All right, let's read and see what he has to say. Let's see what the milkman has to say.
Okay. It made it look It made a really loud noise, and the jury gave Cardigan dirty looks. Next witness, shouted the judge. The milkman then took the stand. Who did you see at the time that the pie was who did you see at the time the pie was taken? The judge asked. The moose said he the moose said
No, the moose, he said.
the moose he said, no question about it. He walked right up to the window. His face was practically touching the pie. By now some folks were convinced that Cardigan took the pie, even though the judge kept saying, we still don't have any proof.
Okay. Who do they think took the pie now?
Mr. Cardigan.
They think Mr. Cardigan took the pie.
Cardigan.
And who is the witness talking? Who is the person talking now?
The cow.
The cow.
The cow officer.
And what did the cow see? What did the cow?
The cow saw Cardigan still stole the pie.
Did he see him steal the pie?
No.
What did he see? What did the milkman see?
His face was touching the pie.
Was his face was its face actually touching the pie, or almost practically touching the pie?
Practically touching the pie.
Okay, so the word practically means almost, but not for sure. So he wasn't really touching the pie, but his face was very close.
Okay.
So we don't know if he still took the pie. We just know that he was very close to the pie.
Okay.
Now let's go back up for a moment and see what happened when Cardigan was in court. He shouted, no, I didn't steal it.
I didn't steal it. I promise.
Mm-hmm. And what did the judge say?
Order, shouted the judge. Cardigan turned and his antlers bumped into the statue and sent it crashing to the floor.
What happened to the statue?
It bumped in, his antlers bumped and crashed into the statue, sending it down to the floor, crashing.
Do you think that Cardigan bumped into the statue on purpose, that he did that with intention of knocking it down?
With tension.
Did he want to do it?
No, his rage just came, making him want to do it.
Or maybe it was an accident?
Maybe he did it on purpose.
You think he did it on purpose? Okay, but he's got huge antlers. He's got huge antlers on his head. We don't know. Maybe he did do it on purpose. Let's find out. But we know that the statue went crashing to the floor.
Yeah.
Now let's go on.
Okay.
Let's look at this. Analyze the text. Can you read that?
Yeah, analyze the text. Author's word choice. What do the words dirty looks tell you about the way the jury felt towards Cardigan?
Do you know what dirty looks means?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Bad. Looking bad.
Like
really bad.
Really bad. Like, oh, I don't believe you. You sent the statue crashing to the floor. Maybe he was enraged. Maybe he was doing it and he did it by accident. We're not sure. So now we have another word here. We have the word convinced, right? What does the word convinced mean?
Convinced means they all were convinced that Cardigan took it.
Okay.
Convinced.
So convinced means to believe. They all believed.
They all thought that Cardigan took it.
They all thought. They all believe. Convinced means to believe. They all believed that Cardigan had taken the pie. Do we know for sure that he took the pie yet? No. No, we don't know yet.
No, we don't.
But the evidence seems that he took the pie.
Yeah.
Now let's look at Cardigan again. Can you read what happens next?
Finally, Cardigan was called to the stand. As he crossed to the courtroom, his antlers got all wrapped up in the flag. It took him over a minute to get untangled. He's a troublemaker, declared the gopher. Others nodded in agreement. As the judge asked, "Well, Moose, did you walk up to the pie?" "Well, yes, but I did, but just to smell it," said Cardigan softly. "I knew it," shouted the goat. "Lock him up. Order," commanded the judge. "Order in the court."
Okay. On page 62, we see the word untangled. What does that mean? Untangled.
Getting untied.
Yes.
Untied.
So when Cardigan went to the stand, his antlers pulled the flag.
Got tangled in the flag.
It got tangled in the flag. Do you think he got tangled in the flag on purpose, or was it an accident?
Accident.
Okay, so this is an accident. However, when he knocked over the statue, it wasn't an accident because of his antlers.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is an accident, but the statue was done on purpose. Who is on the stand now?
Cardigan.
Okay. Do you think Cardigan is enraged when he goes to the stand? Do you think he's enraged?
No, he's soft.
He's soft, so he's not enraged. So it doesn't sound like he's a very mean person. And he said,
he's a troublemaker.
Well, that was
the gopher.
The gopher said he's a troublemaker. Do you think that someone who is a soft person is a troublemaker?
No.
Not really. Okay. Now, let's see what happens next. Can you read on this page? But I didn't take it.
But I didn't take it, insisted Cardigan. Honest, he stood up and his antlers knocked the judge's gavel to the floor. "Sit down," shouted the judge. But as Cardigan went to sit, he bumped the judge with his antlers. The judge fell to the ground. "He hit the judge!" shouted one of the security guards. They grabbed Cardigan and started taking him away. The jury members had made up their minds, but the judge stood up and said, "Now just hold on a minute. I'm curious about something," he said. "Follow me."
Okay. So what happened to Cardigan's antlers and the judge? What happened?
Cardigan's antlers bumped into the jury, the judge, making him fall.
Mm-hmm.
Making the judge fall.
Did he do that on purpose? Did he intend to do it, or was it an accident?
He did on accident, but his antlers made him do it on purpose.
His antlers made him do it on purpose, but he did it on accident. It can only be one. It can't be on purpose and an accident. It either has to be that he did it on purpose or it was an accident. The antlers belong to Cardigan Jones. So whatever Cardigan Jones does, the responsibility with his antlers belongs to Cardigan. Do you think Cardigan bumped the judge on purpose, or do you think it was an accident?
Purpose, because of his antlers.
Okay, so he really wanted to hurt the judge?
No, but the antlers wanted.
The antlers are not human. The antlers can't think. The antlers can't think, but Cardigan can think.
Yeah.
So do you think that Cardigan was thinking that he wanted to use his antlers to hurt the judge?
No.
So was it an accident or was it on purpose?
Accident.
Yes, I think it was an accident. Also, we had another accident. So now we see two accidents. When he bumped the judge with his antlers, that's an accident. When he got tangled up in the flag, that is an accident.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I don't want to put this microphone on. It's hurting my ears. I'll talk like this. I'll talk like this.
Okay.
Here.
So when he hit the statue, do you think that was an accident or was it on purpose? Because it's still the antlers that hit it.
Purpose.
Which one?
Yeah.
Do you think he did it?
Accident.
Yeah, so he had three accidents. The statue, the flag, and the judge.
And the judge.
Mm-hmm. Now let's see what happens. There is the judge, there's Cardigan Jones, there is Mrs. Brown, there is the milkman, and the jury. Let's find out what happened. He walked out of the courthouse.
He walked out of the courtroom and everyone followed him through the town. They finally reached Mrs. Brown's house and the judge walked around the outside to the window where the pie had been. Sure enough, there smashed out of the bushes was the apple pie, but it didn't smell very good anymore. You knocked it off the window with those giant antlers of yours. Silly moose, said the judge, laughing. It was an accident. Everyone immediately left, felt terrible for being so rotten to Cardigan. And the jury proclaimed him not guilty right then and there.
So did he steal the pie?
No.
So what happened? What happened to the pie?
The pie fell into the bushes.
How did the pie fall into the bushes?
Because Miss Cardigan made it fall with his antlers.
Yes, and it was an accident.
Yeah.
And now let's find out what finally happens.
To make it up for him,
To make it up to him.
To make it up to him, they had a party in his honor. And Mr. Brown baked the pie especially for him, even after he broke her favorite vase.
Did he break her vase on purpose?
No.
How did he break her vase?
With her antlers.
With her antlers. Very good. So now we know that he went to trial. He is found innocent. Why is he found innocent?
Because he didn't steal the pie. He made it fall.
He made it fall by accident.
Yeah.
All right. Now, can you say these words for me?
Okay. Trial, jury, convinced, guilty, pointed, honest, murmur, stand.
Do you know what all of those words mean?
Yeah.
What does
trial mean the type of test.
Mm-hmm. In this story, what is a trial though? In this story, what is a trial?
A trial is where you get questions and you have to answer them correct so you don't get like rejected or sent to jail.
Okay. And this word, what does it mean?
The audience of the judge.
Okay.
Audience of the judge.
And this word?
They made everyone think that Cardigan did it.
Okay, so the word convince means to believe something. Convince means to believe something. What about this word?
Guilty means something you did and feel bad about it, I think.
Okay. Something that you did and it wasn't right. You did something wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Pointed. What does this one mean?
Pointed means putting your finger at someone knowing he did it.
Okay. To show,
Honestly,
to show,
he did it.
to
To show
show
he did it.
or call
He
someone
did
out.
it.
Okay. And this one?
Honest means being polite
Okay. Being polite and truthful.
and truthful
Okay.
and soft.
Okay.
Murmur means a whisper in the crowd.
Yes.
Stand means the jury's like microphone area.
Mm-hmm. It's the place where you go to make your statements or to talk to the judge.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, do you understand the story?
Yes.
Can you tell me about the story and use at least 4 of these words? Tell me about the story and use at least 4 of these words. Okay?
Okay. A part of the story is that Cardigan went to trial and the jury was convinced that Cardigan did it, and then Cardigan felt guilty. Cardigan felt guilty. The jury point. Then the jury pointed at Cardigan. Jury pointed at Cardigan. Or okay. Okay.
Okay. So you use 4 of those words, but I think maybe one of them, did Cardigan feel guilty? Did Cardigan really feel guilty?
No.
No, but they thought he was guilty, but Cardigan did not feel guilty. That is amazing. You did amazing. You did amazing with this lesson. Did you enjoy this story?
Yes, it's
Okay.
very fun. I love it.
I love listening to you read. This book is on a this book is on a 3rd grade level. Are you in 3rd grade?
Yes, I'm in 3rd grade now.
So this is a great book for you. I want to say thank you so much